How's it going, everyone? It's Derek Lamoureux, and today I'm joined by director of photography and friend Christoph Benfey.
Yes, that's me. I'm Christoph. I'm a DP. I work on narrative projects, commercials, and I think the one we're talking about today kind of bridges the world of YouTube, which I dabble in a little bit, and we'll explain why maybe afterwards. But yeah, just like having fun with cameras.
This project definitely does, I think, blend that world, because you don't see too many commercial DPs riding on a Onewheel and mixing that in with, cinema camera footage, getting some drone shots. But I've always looked at your channel like, he's got the perfect blend of all the worlds coming together. So kind of give people the overview of this ad. Sure. And what that looked like from your perspective.
Yeah, sounds good. So this was a commercial we did for Mitsubishi, and it's just going on Instagram and YouTube pre-rolls. So they're not throwing a ton of money at this, but making sure that it looks the way they want it to look and has the style kind of things that they're going for. So we don't really get to play around too much with the look of this because they have a very specific look that they want to maintain across all their ads and everything, but we still got to have some fun with it.
You've got a couple different spots. You've got some neighborhood scenes. You've got some foresty, greenery scenes.
Yeah.
How did you land on what the look was going to be for this commercial?
So a lot of it was just making sure we captured it at the right time of day, because it was all exteriors. So there's only so much we can do with lighting. And then when we worked with the colorist, we kind of made sure it matched up to other Mitsubishi stuff that's coming out right now. So that wasn't too difficult on set, but the rest is done in post. But in terms of how we captured it, we did some driving stuff, and some car-to-car stuff, and then we used the Onewheel in a few situations, which was a lot of fun. So yeah, there's not really a whole lot you can do as a DP here other than making sure your filtration is what you want it to be and exposed the way you want it to be. But we can control when we shoot this scene. So we had scouted this before. We knew where the sun was going to be, and we knew we wanted to basically sidey backlight the car. So that's the only thing that we can really control, and then hope that the weather's going to be good on the day. So we were lucky, so we were backlit. It's a silver car, so it picks up light really well and reflections. And then this was at a campsite just outside of Hamilton, and then we had a 1200X, aperture 1200X, kicking some light at the front of the car just to make sure that it was exposed properly. And then we had what's called an RTEM hazer. It's like a butane hazer that you use for exteriors because it just pumps out smoke. And so the gaffer was running around with that because he was the only person we had, just hazing up the whole scene right before we rolled, basically, just to kind of give it some atmosphere and get some of that texture in the background there. So
yeah, I mean, without that sun, I feel like this whole bottom part would be flat. You'd have just a plain image.
Yeah, exactly. And we got lucky that it happened to be sunny with a tiny little bit of clouds that day, so it was the perfect conditions for shooting a car. And then this is the driving shot where I used the Onewheel. So at this campsite where we did the other shot, there was a lot of biking trails that run alongside the road, and they were too narrow to do anything with a golf cart. But I wanted to have a shot where there's trees whipping by and we have the car going by, and it wasn't wide enough for anything other than basically a human, and that's where the Onewheel comes in really handy. So, and then we had the drone for the final shot, which is, it was fall, so the colors were really nice.
You're only shooting 12-ish shots for the spot, but you got to shoot them all in the course of a couple days, limited crew. You as the DP, what's the biggest thing you're looking for?
This one, like you said, the scout and then timing of the day was critical because it made our life so much easier when we got to the location if the sun was already doing what we wanted it to do. And again, it goes back to the thing I said before about working with the sun versus fighting the sun. So that was the most important thing, just so that we could do as little setup as possible and basically just get the camera rolling as quickly as possible once we got to the next spot. But it's the thing where you have the client looking at the monitor and the agency looking at the monitor, and they're scrutinizing every little detail.
Make sure the logo is big enough, highlighted, yeah.
So you really have to make sure that one frame you're getting is perfect, yeah.
That Mitsubishi commercial is out now. If you want to check it out, I'll leave a link in the description. If you want to see more of Christoph's work, I definitely encourage you, check out his Instagram. If you want to see crazy filmmaking and crazy, amazing creator talent, this guy is very talented. If you want to see more videos like this, breaking down commercials and projects and film, tap that subscribe button and leave a comment below what you want to see next.